Hello and welcome to the latest edition of Canutillo Convos, the official Canutillo ISD podcast. I am here with our fearless leader, Dr. Pedro Galaviz.
Welcome.
And of course,
welcome.
Laura Caballero is always
Welcome.
at the controls over here.
Always smiling.
Always on. Gustavo Reveles.
Always smiling. But I guess, Laura, there's a big congratulations to the Public Information Office. You won some awards in Austin at the TSPRA.
It was in Fort Worth.
Fort Worth, I'm sorry.
Yeah, yes.
And just go to Austin.
Yeah.
Who goes
Yeah, we were in Fort Worth for the Texas School Public Relations Association conference. And Canutillo came in with 10 Star Awards.
Oh, wow.
And including one for Best in Category. These are awards that recognize the efforts that district has in showcasing the work that our students and staff do. So it's a great way to really showcase what we're showcasing. You know,
okay.
we're being recognized for graphic arts, for writing, for photos, for social media campaigns. The kind of things we do to promote the work that we do in the school system.
What I heard, what you told me is that, or you text, was the best in category.
Yes.
Was really due to Laura. And
Yeah. You know, our graphic art here in Canutillo, if you guys haven't taken a look at our social media and our website, our graphic design is really at an exemplary level. Our writing too as well, obviously, and our social media campaigns are getting recognized as well. But we have a specific look to the district, a specific brand, and it's something we guard very closely because we know that people in Canutillo are very, very close to the brand of Canutillo. So we want to make sure that we keep that going and that we set parameters, that we set rules, and that we set a look for the district that is easily recognizable, that people see it and love it, and that it really does what it's supposed to do, which is showcase the work here.
so that TSPRA, the event was like districts all over
Yes.
the state of Texas, right?
Yes.
So when you won the best category, that's like you're the best.
Yes,
Yeah.
the best in that category.
What was that one?
This award was for the program that we did for a choir event for the Reyes Elementary School.
Oh, wow.
They traveled to San Antonio, I believe, and it was a huge deal, and so they reached out and asked for this project, and it was a winner.
You know, we also got recognized for some of the logos we've done for convocation, for our COVID response, for writing that we did on Honored X, for social media campaigns and Teachers of the Year.
Okay.
For photography that we took here in the district. So it was pretty wide range. We this is the work that Laura and Christina did here in the office, and really proud to be part of this team. Really proud to be able to come in and be part of this amazing team of communicators that is here and that is working so hard to make sure we tell the stories of Canutillo. And because there's tons of it, and Doc, as you know, if we don't tell our own story, no one else will.
Yeah, they will. They'll create their own story if,
Right.
if you're not telling your own. So, but I just think, like, your team is only 3.
Yes.
You and the Laura and Christina, and wow, yeah, because I think that's what we're always telling principals or departments: reach out, let us help you market your program, your school, your department.
Most definitely. We work with schools, we work with departments. Just this year, for example, the Montessori program, that the launch that we had, being the first public Montessori in the region, creating the brand, creating the name, creating the logo that is being used in uniforms and in forms and in anything that's out there. And it's beautiful, and I can wait to submit that for awards next year because I know it's gonna come back and win something.
Mm-hmm.
Creating our systems for Teacher of the Year that we're gonna kick it out of the ballpark this year, and it's gonna do great work. The stuff that we've done to really streamline our brand, streamline our systems here for communication and for branding is going to yield results. And I think next year's going to be even greater. We're going to have a bigger haul next year.
It's like I mean, you guys are, the backbone of what we do. And but let me ask, I want you to be honest. I know you take pictures of me out there. Did any of those win an award? That's a no. That's a no.
And that is a big no.
I went to Ash Wednesday. On Wednesday,
yes.
And the lady loves me because of my forehead. She's like, I can't miss out on this one.
That's a blank canvas.
Like she started painting and.
Well, it was great, and I'm happy to be part of this team. Happy to work with such talented people here in Canutillo, not just in the public information office with Laura and Christina, but with everyone, principals, teachers.
And speaking of everyone, our 6 members went to Austin this week.
Yeah, they did. They were in Austin. 6 school board members, so we're up there. Almost all of them went. Board President Mendoza stayed behind, but they were there for Advocacy Day. They joined school trustees from throughout the state to meet one-on-one with legislators and advocate on behalf of public schools throughout the state. They met with every single member of the El Paso delegation up there. They were talking about things that are important to public schools, obviously, student programming, teacher salaries, all these things.
And something that I wonder if any legislative is listening, Moody, Representative Moody, Senator Blanco, I don't really want a photo op with you. I really want you to, take care of public schools and like why does IDEA and Harmony, they're building all these schools, but you don't see bond referendums. You don't see it. Almost makes, why don't we just become a charter district? So we can.
Yeah, I think that's part of it. I think we're fortunate enough to have a delegation that sort of understands our plight and understands our
really,
for the most part.
We're on the 88th legislative.
Yes.
We've been saying the same thing.
I said a delegation.
28. I don't care where you are. We've been saying the same thing the last 28 years.
Yeah, our delegation, I'm not saying the whole legislature, but our delegation definitely, the El Paso representatives are friendly to public schools.
I want you to be friendly.
Be more than friendly.
I want you to stand up.
Well, that's true.
I don't want you to come to our schools and take pics.
And this session specifically, Doc, because they're dealing with
vouchers,
tons and tons of surplus of money. They have money to dole out, and we have dire needs. We have dire needs in Texas public schools.
A big teacher shortage. We're missing bilingual teachers. There's a big gap. And people aren't staying in the profession because whether they're burnt out or it's you got now politics seems it's coming into the classroom, it's coming into boardrooms,
right.
It's coming into buildings, and it's that's why there's a separation, at least in church and state, and now it just seems like it's being pushed.
Yeah.
But again, I don't really care. To me, it's like we're going to educate any kid that walks through that door.
And that's been our charge forever, right? Our charge is to educate any child that comes into our school, whether their family background, political background, anything. That's what we're charged to do, and ask no questions.
Or who they identify with.
Yeah.
Or label, or...
Yeah. To that end, we take that charge very seriously. We know that we're not out there asking a kid how what political party they belong to, what which neighborhood they live in, how do they identify themselves. That doesn't matter to us. As a school district, we adopted that philosophy, and not everybody agrees with that approach, but we know that that's the right approach.
Well, it's the right approach because it's the because they all have a heart. They all have a pulse, and anyone that has a pulse and a heart has feelings. And regardless of what you believe in, I want you to make sure that we're here to help you contribute to our society, to the greater world. And it's not up for me to understand that, because when I was growing up, Laura, how old do you think I am? No, I'm not 36. Thank you, though. But 56. It was a different era, different how people identify themselves, and so now and I'm not trying to understand it, nor do I care. All I care is that this person, this child, when they come, just contributes to our society in a positive way, regardless of where they come from, who their parents are, what political, who they identify, how they identify themselves.
And I had a pretty heated discussion with a member of the community here regarding this issue, the conversation revolved around, well, I don't agree with it. It's like, well, that's fine. We don't have to agree with it. But bottom line is, these are children, and we're going to always side with children, no matter what.
Oh yeah, it's kids. I mean, at some point in the history of this country, they didn't want African American kids with Anglo kids. They didn't want brown kids with black kids. And but when do we stop? When do we stop judging kids or people and just accept them the way they are and who they are and what they believe in? It's like you're a Commander fan, or the Commanders in Washington,
right?
And I don't hold that against you, or or
people have. And we move forward, but it's important that conversation keeps happening here in school districts, that we value students for who they are, and that we set aside any sort of perception of otherness, and just really focus on what is good for kids. How do we help each individual kid reach his or her full potential, regardless of how we feel about their background, their identity, or anything else.
Or your own value system, right? Your own value system should not dictate how you believe in, or how Laura believes in, how she's raising her kids, or how, or how just go home, pay your taxes, and let's
pay your school taxes.
Pay your school taxes.
But and to that end, we continue to welcome students here in Canutillo, and we continue to honor who they are, honor their truth and their identity, and I think that's what makes this school district successful.
And speaking of successful and honoring kids, our basketball are in the playoffs in Andrews, Texas.
Yeah, they're playing Amarillo High School in Andrews, Texas. Tonight at 6. We wish them luck. Many of us here in the district are wearing orange in an orange out to show support for the boys and Coach Morales. This is the area round of the Texas playoffs. We really hope that they can continue on. And Doc, this is becoming a matter of fact kind of thing for us. Like we're doing orange outs every other week because our kids are really performing at the highest of levels.
Because we have awesome teachers, awesome coaches, staff, departments, and I think we're all working together as it's our purpose.
Yeah.
None of this is about me or about you. It's about you won that showcase because you were that award because you're showcasing kids. You're showcasing the choir at Reyes, and anytime our kids can get out to San Antonio or go to Andrews and be in a playoff, that speaks volumes of the work that we do every day.
Yeah.
That's happening right now in our classrooms. So.
And it says a lot about the commitment that we have to students. It's these coaches put in a lot of work, just like the students do as well. These teachers put in a lot of effort, making sure that the kids remain eligible, to play. So it's team effort here, and we wish Coach Morales and the boys good luck.
Yeah.
We're proud of them, and we hope that we continue this run in the playoffs.
I just want everybody who's traveling, just be safe, because you're going down I-10, the 20, and there's a lot of people on the highway and construction. So just be safe. Be traveling safe at night. I won't be going this year because I have an early morning training tomorrow with the school board. And speaking of school board, we have a board meeting this Tuesday.
We do. We have a school board meeting on Tuesday. We invite everyone. It's our regular board meeting. We're going to be talking about many different issues, but one that's important that's on the agenda is a resolution to declare February as National Association of Mental Alliance. Yes. So we're really focusing our efforts in making sure that students, staff, and the community at large are cognizant and mindful of their mental health.
Yeah, that's the training tomorrow with the school board, is talking about mental health and suicide and prevention and systems. And because again, people, physically when someone coughs, something's wrong with you, but mentally getting into someone's head, someone's heart, their feelings is it's coming out, and it's okay to reach out to say I'm having these feelings, and reach out to one of us, to an adult, so we can help you go through whatever you're going through.
Yeah, and we're partnering up with NAMI El Paso, and they'll be here for the board meeting to receive the resolution, and also to showcase and explain our partnership in making sure that students and staff have access to the resources they need to cope with any sort of mental.
I'd like to give a shout out especially to Miss Trout, our trustee Trout, who's very making sure that that NAMI awareness, that we are aware of.
Yes, Ms. Trout is really the one that reminded us that this needs to be on the agenda. We thank her for that. We know that this is something that is important to her cause. So thank you, Ms. Trout. And before we leave, Doc, I want to make sure that the people out there know, if they're listening to us, next week we're going to ask them to take part in a short survey. As we know, San Elizario ISD has decided to kick off a 4-day week starting next year, I believe.
Yep.
As the 4-day instructional week. It's something that we had considered with our teachers, and we received some mixed messages from teachers. So we kind of dropped that idea. It didn't gain traction. But of course, now it's getting a little bit more traction. But we got to make sure that we vet this issue properly. So we're going to ask the public to give us their input on 4-day weeks, and be on the lookout for that survey.
Because right now the district advisory committee, again, is by teachers and community members and staff, is getting a subcommittee to start talking about it. I reached out to the superintendent, Dr. Mesa Chavez, and she sent me some information. And so again, there has to be some discussion and dialogue, because when you go 4 days, what happens on that, especially with parents that have to work. What happens to daycare, and where's this kid? And we talk about kids being in school. We just went from a COVID where kids were out of school, and now they're in school. Now we're gonna miss a day. What's gonna happen? And
we got to take everything into consideration when it comes to shortening our contact hours with students, right? Because we know that a lot of parents rely on the school district for services like even meals. So what does that do to the nutritional aspects of each kid? All these things that we want to take into consideration. It's not just a matter of closing down the school for a day a week and moving on.
There's a lot of and there's probably questions and unintended consequences that we don't even know.
Right.
That's San Elizario. We're grateful that they're going to do it before us.
We'll learn from their successes and their challenges over there. and see if this is something that's beneficial for us, right? We have a specific population here that is in one way similar to Sanelli, but in many ways also very different. So their needs and desires may be different than that. And I know there's two sides to every coin, and we're gonna figure out what the community wants, and if it's something that's feasible for us, or if we should even consider and spend energy and time on this.
Yeah, well, again, that's why we're going to reach out next week, do a thought exchange.
Right.
And we'll get your feedback. Anything, Laura? You look tired, Laura.
It's been a long week. We were out learning in Fort Worth, and
you're at the rodeo or
we were at the stockyards.
Stockyards.
Well, Fort Worth's an old stomping grounds for me. I used to live there and work there, so it was good to be back over there. But I'm happy to be back in El Paso.
It's good to be back.
Good for you. Good to have you back. We missed you all this week. Missed you. I know someone wanted to take your parking spots, but
well, I put a lock on it. All right. Well, Canutillo, we'll see you next week. This is we're getting closer to spring break.
Spring break coming up 2 weeks. That means if you don't intercession, and if you don't wear green, I get the pinch, right?
All right.
Right? If you don't wear green.
Oh yeah, that's right.
All right. Canutillo, best small school district in Texas.
Let's go.
Let's
See you
go.
guys next week.
Thank you.